Mr. President, back to the economy for a second. Would you reappoint Jay Powell?
No, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't reappoint him?
No.
Because he missed inflation?
He did miss, but no, I wouldn't be inclined.
Who's your choice for Fed chairman?
I would have a couple of choices. I can't tell you now.
Donald Trump is the one who appointed Jay Powell to the position of Federal Reserve Chairman. And now Donald Trump, of course, is attacking Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell because Donald Trump doesn't like that the American economy is doing good. Donald Trump is angry the American economy is thriving. Hey, here's the clip right here when Donald Trump appointed Jay Powell to the position of Chairman of the Federal Reserve. Play this clip.
Steady leadership at the United States Federal Reserve. I have nominated Jay to be our next federal chairman, and so important because he will provide exactly that type of leadership. He's strong, he's committed, he's smart.
But you see, Donald Trump wants the economy to crash right now, with all of these economic indicators showing the economy headed in the right direction, with another record jobs number, with the stock market hitting record highs. That pisses Donald Trump off. By the way, you don't have to listen to me. Here's Donald Trump saying it in his own words that he wants to see the economy crash now because he doesn't want to be Herbert Hoover. Newsflash, Donald Trump, you already are Pervert Hoover. Play the clip.
When there's a crash, I hope it's going to be during this next 12 months because I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. The one president, I just don't want to be Herbert Hoover.
The good economic news, we're hearing about it now. I mean, take a look here as Fox had to announce the jobs report number exceeding all expectations. Play this clip.
All right, we are just about getting these numbers shortly. We're waiting on the jobs numbers where we're expecting 180,000 jobs created in the month of January and the unemployment rate to tick higher to 3.8%. We are watching the revisions, of course, and we're also looking at production. You got the numbers?
Wow.
All right, let's get right to Cheryl. Go ahead,
This is something. 353,000 non-farm jobs. I had to seriously double check this, guys.
The stock market is hitting record highs every day. Play this clip.
Balloons are flying. The Dow closing at its 8th record of the year. S&P and NASDAQ closing at session high.
And you remember Donald Trump was the one during his debate with President Biden and throughout the 2020 campaign saying, the stock market's going to crash if there isn't Trump. The stock market's going to crash. He's just a liar. He's an idiot. He's a loser. Here, play this clip.
They said the stock market will boom if I'm elected. If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
So here's the longer clip right here of his interview with Maria Bartiromo. She gives like almost zero pushback here. And here Donald Trump is attacking Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell, saying he's too political. I want you to focus on a few things that Donald Trump says here. Number one, he says that Jay Powell, the person he appointed, the person that Trump appointed, is trying to help Biden out. Number two, in this clip, it almost seems like Donald Trump is almost trying to speak to his buddies in the Middle East and kind of wink, wink, you may want to raise oil prices. Fortunately, I know that MAGA likes to talk about drill, baby, drill. There's more domestic drilling under President Biden than under Donald Trump by significant amounts, historic drilling that's actually taking place under President Biden now, while there is still a major focus on addressing climate change. And then Donald Trump also basically saying that the reason the stock market's doing so well is because of him. And when you watch this clip, remember what he said at that debate in 2020. I mean, the malignant narcissism, just idiocracy here is just so overwhelming. Play this clip.
This leads me to the economy, Mr. President, because Jay Powell, the Fed chairman, is talking about a soft landing. Do you believe we will see a soft landing?
Well, I think he's going to do something to probably help the Democrats. You know, I think if he lowers interest rates, but you have the potential of having massive inflation again, because the Middle East could drive up the price of energy. You know, energy has so much to do with it. And the Middle East, again, the bombs are dropping all over the place, and the ships are starting to get hit and hit hard. If that happens, you're going to have tremendous spikes in the price of oil. And if you do that, you're going to have big inflation. He's not going to be able to do anything. But it looks to me like he's trying to lower interest rates for the sake of maybe getting people elected. I don't know.
So you think he's political? He's just going to cut rates to help Biden, you're saying?
I think he's political, yeah.
So, I mean, the Biden team can say, well, if things are so bad, how come the stock market's on a roll?
because they think I'm going to be elected.
That you think the stock market's rallying because people think you're going
I
to be
do,
elected?
yeah. If you take a look at Iowa, if you take a look at New Hampshire, the stock market's been going crazy since then and long before then. When I announced I was running, I took the lead early, and then I beat everybody, including Ron DeSantis. I call him DeSantis now. I took the other names.
Mr. President, back to the economy for a second. Would you reappoint Jay Powell?
No, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't reappoint
No,
him?
No.
Because he missed inflation?
He did miss, but no, I wouldn't be inclined.
Who's your choice for Fed chairman?
I would have a couple of choices. I can't tell you now.
So as I looked at that clip of Donald Trump attacking the person he appointed as chairman of the Federal Reserve, it just made me reflect also about Donald Trump attacking everybody who he appointed to the top positions. So let's just take a quick look at that together. Here, for example, Donald Trump attacking his own Attorney General, Bill Barr, who MAGA Republicans now say Bill Barr is a rhino, that Bill Barr is an agent of Democrats. That's what the MAGAs are saying right now. Here, Donald Trump attacks Bill Barr, his own Attorney General. Play the clip.
Stuff. And by the way, when Bill Barr, who's, a coward, Bill Barr was a coward. Bill Barr didn't do what he was supposed to do. I fired him, and he has great hatred, and that's okay, because some people do, and some people love me very much. He didn't resign. I asked him, give me a letter immediately, because he didn't have the courage to go after so many different things, and you and I have discussed that before. But he was a coward, and he obviously doesn't like me too much, and there are a lot of people that don't, and there are a lot of people that feel just the opposite.
But on the specific...
So that's the position of Attorney General. Next up, Donald Trump's National Security Advisor. We're talking about top positions. Trump's Attorney General hate each other. Trump's National Security Advisor. Here's what John Bolton has to say about Donald Trump. Play the clip.
I think Trump actually says what comes to mind. As a very astute person once said to me, he does not have a filter between his brain and his mouth. And so when he, for example, threatens to get out of NATO, as he did during his first term and has done since then, I think people better believe it. And I think that would be a catastrophic mistake for American national security and the security of the West as a whole. In the clip you just ran, he said several things that are simply incorrect. And it reveals an important trait about Trump on national security issues and many others. He's fundamentally ignorant. Mm-hmm. And he really doesn't care about the facts. He thinks international relations are about personal relations, which is a line and approach that I can tell you Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping are eagerly looking forward to.
So Republicans still have another.
All right, so we did Attorney General, National Security Advisor. Here, Donald Trump's former Defense Secretary, Secretary Esper. Let's see what Esper has to say about Donald Trump. Play the clip.
3 years after the attack on the Capitol, I'm just curious, Mr. Secretary, do you view Donald Trump as a threat to American democracy?
Well, first of all, good to be with you, Jim. It is a tragic day in our nation's history. And yes, I do regard him as a threat to democracy. Democracy as we know it, our institutions, our political culture, all those things that make America great and have defined us as, the oldest democracy on this planet.
All right, so I showed you the clip of Donald Trump and his former Attorney General. They hate each other. Donald Trump, his former National Security Advisor, hate each other. Donald Trump's former Defense Secretary, Esper, says that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. Here's Donald Trump's former top White House lawyer, Ty Cobb. Play the clip.
I think you have to take Trump seriously because he poses the gravest threat to democracy that we've ever seen.
He also says Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. There you have it right there. Here you've got Donald Trump attacking his own ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, who he confuses with Nancy Pelosi, while trying to spread a deranged, unhinged conspiracy that he gave 10,000 troops to Nancy Pelosi and that Nancy Pelosi was to blame for the insurrection when Donald Trump never did that. Here, play this clip.
Never reports the crowds, By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. Nikki Haley, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything, deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people.
Okay, what about FBI Director Christopher Wray? MAGA Republicans hate him. They say he's an op. He's helping the Democrats, is what MAGA Republicans say. Here's Donald Trump's current lawyer, Christina Bobb, attacking FBI Director Christopher Wray, who Donald Trump appointed. You see the tweet. Donald Trump saying Christopher Wray was great, all these things. And now they're basically extorting and threatening the FBI Director who Trump appointed. Play this clip.
They're going after President Trump. They're raiding President Trump. I mean, the only thing that the FBI is targeting is conservatives. So I think Congress is doing a very good thing by taking a closer look at this. I think Christopher Wray should be very, very nervous about a change of power coming when President Trump gets back into office, because I think he'll lay bare what the FBI actually has been doing.
Okay, you see I could keep going. I think you see the pattern here. Donald Trump is attacking his own Federal Reserve chairman because Donald Trump wants to crash the economy. So he doesn't like Powell anymore because Powell's doing a good job. Donald Trump attacks his attorney general. Donald Trump and the national security advisor hate each other. Donald Trump and the defense secretary hate each other. Donald Trump and his former White House lawyer. His lawyer says that Trump is a threat to democracy. The top White House lawyer. Donald Trump has his lawyer, Christina Bobb, attacking FBI Director Christopher Wray. You've got Donald Trump attacking Nikki Haley. And there's other clips of him attacking Nikki Haley that I've shared here on this platform where he said that she's never good dealing with foreign leaders. You appointed her as the ambassador to the United Nations. What are you talking about? This is who this person is. Like, we should take a step back and go, wow, that seems to be a lot of people who were his top people who hate him, who know how dangerous he is, or that Donald Trump speaks out against his own people. But fundamentally, Donald Trump wants to cause harm to our country. He's jealous. He's selfish. He's a malignant narcissist. That's what we see happening here. That's why he doesn't like Federal Reserve Chairman Powell. Donald Trump doesn't want interest rates to be cut. Donald Trump doesn't want inflation to be under control. Donald Trump's rooting for he's saying it. I'm not like editorializing here. He's saying that he wants our country to be harmed because he's selfish. He's a malignant narcissist. He's a pathological, malignant, narcissistic person who would rather everybody be harmed if that meant he did better. That is someone who's not qualified or competent to hold the highest office. I'm Ben Meiselas. This is the Midas Touch Network. We're on our way to 3 million subscribers thanks to your support. Hit subscribe. It's free.
Really push what grenades of the old spark.
So who's the insect? You? What? Who's the insect?
They were defeated on our world, and we will defeat them here.
This was just a diversion.
Security, please bring up.
Rabbit, she's already inside. Deeds! Give me an update on that reserve. What's readiness? What was his name? What was it?
Evac, sir.
Right, evac.
She's right in front.
We are facing a heavy, sustained attack. They appear to be after the All-Star.